Hey.
Hi there, my name is Jamie Devine. Welcome to Iron Divinity.
Here at Iron Divinity, what we do is we help you unlock your inner power.
So that's what we're doing. Don told me his vision of raising humanity's consciousness to the level of 700 on the scale, enlightenment.
That's the power.
Imagine how healthy our community will be. They're so pure and so powerful.
Done. They fly the hell away to here. Just ahead.
Whispers of the morning stars, love expanded, infinite, come to earth, a hero's journey, finding what has always been, finding what has always been. Finding what.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back. Awesome to have you on the call. Well, we got some exciting things here for you. Have you noticed by the title, You Are Your Cure? Huh. Well, what's that about? Any ideas? Well, I know all about it. Okay? I had a litany of illnesses. A litany. Yeah. Haven't had any for 34 years. How crazy is that? 34 years. And I used to have a stream of them. Psoriasis, migraine headaches, infantago. I can't even remember. Yeah, I had them all. So, where'd they go? Well, whatever you have, as pissed off as you might be to hear this, you created it. You created that symptom. Okay? And you can uncreate it. Because, I'm going to give you an example. I'm going to give you an example of how the medical system is so locked into this. Locked into the opposite of this, I should say. Brother younger than me, a year and a half younger. David, you tell me how healthy this is. He spent 24 years taking, 32 years taking 24 pills a day for his symptoms. Okay? 32 years, 24 symptoms a day. Now you tell me what that was about. Where all that money, all of that, somebody made a bunch of money feeding somebody drugs. Now I am going to say David had a lot to do with that. I'll give you an example. So he was on the East Coast, Prince Edward Island. I'm on the West Coast, whether it was Calgary at the time or whether it was Vancouver. On the west, out west, even Prince Rupert up north. And one time I was there visiting, of course, I visited everybody. I said, David, you can overcome this. I have a process whereby which it will eliminate those symptoms. Ah! Get away with me, that voodoo bullshit. Okay, David. Okay, never mentioned it again. Never mentioned it again. Died 2 years. Yeah. Died 2 years ago. All of that time living off drugs, pharmaceutical drugs. Now, what doctor would keep giving that many drugs a day for that long? Okay, you tell me. And that's the toxicity of that medical system. That's right. But we have a part to play in that. You have a part to play of being a victim, and not knowing you're the one that created the symptoms. It's like I was the one creating this. I don't have any. I don't have any symptoms. Where did they all go? Did I take drugs? No. How did they disappear? Okay. And I'm saying this because you have the power. I'm not giving you a hard time. I'm trying to get you to take ownership of what you're doing. Yes. Because if you actually knew that you created it, then you will actually know that you can cure it. Well, doesn't that make sense? Doesn't that make sense? Damn right. Because right now, the whole medical system is based on victim. Yes, based on victim. Oh, you got cancer. Well, I work with, let me just say 20 people with cancer, all different. There's a couple of telltale ones for sure. For sure. And you know, the guy's name was Al. And I had mentioned this a couple of times because it's so telling. It really is. It's so telling. So here he is. I'm in my condo on Cypress Mountain, Vancouver, West Van, and they had a real strong recycling program. And I just took the recycling and the garbage down to the garbage room that looked like an operating room, so clean. And you know, paper here, cans here, bottles here, garbage here, la la la. And I go to walk out. And at the moment of opening the door to walk out, there's a guy on the other side about to walk in. Now, he was about as gray in color as this stand is here for this recorder. Okay? That's what he looked like. I said, holy shit, man, you don't look too good. What's going on? I said, oh, he said, I've got prostate cancer. I've had it for 16 months. They've given me 32 radiation treatments. They burnt all my stomach, wall, and intestines. It's called radiation burning. Yes, radiation burning. Okay, because that's their only answer. I don't know what the percentage is of cure, but it's a very, very vile cure. Burning. Okay, radiation poisoning is what it is. And anyway, he told me all that, and I said, well, can I ask you a few questions? Yeah, okay. So I just went boom, 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 rapid fire, la 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 la. Okay. 15 minutes later, we were finished. 15. Okay. Not 500. 15 minutes. And I walked out the door, and all I knew was his name was Al. And he had my phone number. Give him my phone number, and he told me his name was Al. That was it. So, 3 weeks later, I get a phone call. Don, this is Al Valjanic. I met you in the garbage room 3 weeks ago. Yeah, Al, I remember you. I just had x-rays. I don't have any cancer. It's all gone. Wow. Wow. I got him stand in his power. I got him to take ownership for what he created. And I showed him how to reverse all of it. 3 weeks later, it was all gone. 3 weeks later, it was all gone. Last time I met him, it was like a year later. No trace. No trace. Now I got all kinds of those stories. Tons of them. And you could almost like name a symptom. You name a symptom. And I'm telling you. So one of the things that really got me on this track was a book that it's 30 years in the making right now. And it's the Body Mind Workbook by Debbie Shapiro. Now she's got other books, and there's quite a few books out there right now. What they're talking about is the mind-body workbook connection. Well, what I'm saying is that's what I got upon, and what I would do. Somebody say they have this, I would look it up in there. It's like, oh, you have migraine headaches. Oh, that's what this is. Oh, you've got a sprained ankle. Oh, that's what this is. And oh, you got chronic back pain. Oh, that's coming from this way of seeing your world. Yeah. And so what it would be is I would make that connection. I would make the connection after making sure through her until I got to know most of the symptoms that come in. I just knew them, okay? But when I started, I didn't. And that's what I would do. Okay, here's what's going on. And 98% of the time, rather than say 100, I'll give it a couple of degrees. 98% of the time, it was there's the symptom and there's the cause. They would recognize the cause. And then I would neurologically and cellularly, and now this is important. It was created intellectually, but it was started neurologically. It began with a shock. And then it just kept spiraling and spiraling and spiraling and spiraling and spiraling. And you didn't do anything about it. Because you didn't know you could do something about it other than run to a doctor for a pill or an operation or a whatever. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. You didn't know. So this is not about blaming. This is about, wow, am I that effing powerful that I can create that symptom? And am I that effing powerful I can use that same power to reverse that? But you won't be able to reverse it if you don't figure out what the symptom is, what it is that you're creating it for. There's something you're trying to avoid. There's something in your life that's not aligning. And this is your way of escaping or not taking ownership or being the self-abuser or whatever. And that's the thing about Debbie Shapiro's book. She, it's a big paragraph about something, whatever it is, and wherever it is. I just go straight to the jugular right off the bat. So that's the difference. But you can have your own diagnosis. But coming back to my brother David, to give you an idea, one day I was at David and Louisa's in the country, Port Augustus, PEI, and he had just, I can't remember if he was getting ready to go to see the doctor or he was taking the pills or he ran out, or like something. There was some conversation about whatever it was he had. And I said, David, there's a process that I have that not all up if you. Yeah, get away from me with that voodoo bullshit. Got it, David. Got the message. You're not interested. Say it to him, but you're not interested, David. Getting this because you like being a victim. Get the attention. Get this, that. You can have control over people. Way to manipulate or control or whatever it is. And to everybody, it's different. I'm telling you, being a victim to that, I just had x-rays. They told me I've got cancer. Oh, nothing I can do. Oh, they gave me 2 months to live, or 5 months, or 3 weeks. Yes, we just found it. Yeah, 3 weeks. Huh. Yep. That's all a scam. All a scam. Now, the doctors aren't responsible for choices and decisions that you have made to create that. They're not responsible. How they treated, yes. They're not trained. They're not taught what I'm talking to you. Not at all. Not at all. Okay? So symptoms are related. Read a couple. Let's see now. Diabetes. This condition is caused by an excess of sugar in the blood, which is then lost through the urine. This is due to a deficiency in insulin, so that the body cannot utilize the sugars in the bloodstream. The result is the inability to maintain sweetness. Excess sugar in the blood causes excess sugar in the urine, leading to a sense of inner sadness as the sweetness is lost and flushed away. If we are diabetics, we may be starving in a sea of sweetness, thinking that none of the sweetness is available to us. This can give us rise to anger and resentment, to thinking we are unloved, when really there is too much love, and we just do not know how to deal with it or express it. We may even feel we are being drowned in love. So diabetes is directly to do with the balancing the sweetness in ourselves and in our world, honoring the love both within and without. It is to do with the being able to love others, to give of our own sweetness as much as we do to within being able to love ourselves. That's just one symptom, diabetes. Okay? Knowing that, now you have the power to do something other than run to the doctor, get more medication. To get more medication. Okay? So, I have one here. Example. Janessa. 1 year prior to meeting Janessa spent more time in the hospital than out. Imagine that. As well, she had a bulge on her stomach wall the size of my fist. Immediately after completing phase 1, which took us 2 hours and 20 minutes, the bulge had disappeared. In the next year, she went to the hospital one day for a checkup. Wow. Who did that? Yes, I showed her. Yes, she was willing. Yes, she let it go. And yes, everything shifted instantly. Okay? The big difference doing this and taking this and understanding this and shifting this in minutes 10 minutes. Then watching the healing. Yeah, exactly. Okay. So, and then there's these other crazy ones. The reasons why we would want to keep these. Guy's name was, well, it was Josh. Josh Quay brought his friend Joshua to see me, who had been in a serious car accident 4 years previous and was in a wheelchair for 1 year and 3 years in a walker. Okay? Get all that. Get all that. 1 hour after completing my I Am Divinity process, Joshua ran across the park. There's a video of that happening. How is that possible? How is that possible? How long does it take to heal? I'm telling you, it can be an instant. And many times I've seen it be an instant. It's like, oh my God, it's gone. Whatever the gone was, whatever that was. Not in lower back pain, whatever. Yeah. Now, I'm not saying this in a bragatory manner about me. I'm saying it in letting you know how powerful you are, both to create a symptom and to get rid of a symptom. You're the one in charge. And even with Janessa, even with Joshua, I couldn't have done that had they not been willing. Like Al, he was completely willing. When I met him first, he didn't even know he could do anything because he was a victim. Going to the doctor, getting this drug, getting that drug, having this operation, having that operation. Didn't know. Most don't know. They go in being victims to medical system. That 98% has to do with making off you and everyone else that that room. Money making. We are not victims. We are not. We need to take ownership. Lady that she was in Boston, I think, Vancouver. But there was somebody in LA that knew this lady. And she hadn't been out of bed for 2 or 3 years. Not sure. We'll say 2 years. Say 2 years. And all she could do was walk downstairs, bite to eat, walk back upstairs. That was going on for 2 years. So my friend in LA called me, told me about it, and asked me if I'd work. Yeah, okay. I did. That same day, not a week, not a month, her and her friend walked 3 miles or 5 kilometers, whichever way you want to put it, and jogged up a hill. She hadn't been out of bed other than to go downstairs to get something to eat and back upstairs. All that time. I think it was 2 years. A year for sure. But let's say, I'm pretty sure it was 2. Okay? How crazy amazing is that? That's how powerful we are. We don't even know it. We're given doctors or teachers or whoever's this power to do something. And it's us that has the power. It's us that has I could fill a journal that thick with people that overcame their whatevers, whatever those symptoms were. They did it. I didn't. So I'll tell you how I know that. I saw people that refused to do it. I could do. Okay? Want to let go of this. Want to let go of that. As crazy as that sounds, it's absolutely true. It's absolutely true. They did not want to let go of their symptom because they love basking in victimhood or manipulating somebody, get something like a husband or a wife or whatever. Form of manipulation. Yeah, this is yes. This is an intense system of taking ownership. Taking ownership. Because it's only in you taking ownership that I can do what I can do. All of these, I mean, on December 19th, 2019, Vancouver, I rented a room, and I had 10 chairs for people that had cancer. And all that was required of them was to be interviewed before and after. That was it. Okay? So 10 showed up. 10 showed up. And there was six or seven that it was like someone was gone right there. One guy had a bulge in his stomach. It was just like that big. That big. He was, even though I was in Vancouver, he was in Boston or somewhere, flew all the way in, had this big bulge that was cancer related, and it was 2/3 gone, 2 hours. How is that? Like, how is that? Did I do that? Am I that powerful? No. No. I know how to get you to tap into your power. And I don't have control over that. You can stop me at any time. But if you say, yes, I'm in, then it's like a roller coaster ride. Let's go. Wherever it takes us, I'm with you. Just follow my lead. Give me the answers. Yeah. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah. Very exciting. And then to see them and hear them sharing their story and what's happened to them and when they go back home and how different their first week was or their first 2 days were. Yeah. Now I have a personal one to that. I have a personal one. Even more personal than my brother David. Okay? My daughter. My daughter. That was the personal. That's my daughter, Shelley. Okay? That's my daughter, Shelley. Now, she had cancer. I talked to her. Matter of fact, my younger sister, Brenda, and I spent a lot of time talking to her and trying to get her to look at, she had ovarian cancer. Here's her father that knows how to do this. Here's her sister that had already benefited significantly from doing this. And she had two options. One was to do this process with me, and one was to do what her husband wanted her to do, which was the medical. The medical. So for the longest time, I just let her made her decision. Okay, Shelley, you're an adult. Stay out of the way. And she did the medical that her husband was guiding her on. And she hadn't been out of bed for 3 months. Hadn't been out of bed for 3 months, other than to go to the bathroom. That's it. Okay? So, one day, I can't remember whether I asked her again or she asked me. Don't know. Can't remember that detail. All I know is I worked with her. Now, she lived out in the country. Almost looks like this. She was a quarter of a mile from the river, East River. She'd get up out of bed. She cleaned the kitchen and the living room and walked down to the shore. Okay? Same day. The next day, she get up and she went to town with her husband and did some shopping. And she went back what her husband wanted her. How crazy is that? She died, I don't know, 4 months later or whatever. Don't know. Okay? Don't have all those dates. Now that's how different that was. She made those decisions. Painful as they were to me as her father, watching her make those decisions. But we all have free will. Yes, that was incredibly, because she was such, she was such a beautiful soul, and we were just like this. We were just like this. Yes. So, anyway, that's us making these decisions, whether they're toxic and life-threatening and life-altering. So, we are creator of our illness and disease. We are the curator of those illnesses and diseases. Created them, we can get rid of them. Need to remember that. No matter what that symptom is you have. Okay? Because we're all created by you. Every one of them can be cured by you. Yes, cured by you. Yep. Now, whether it's that's cutting out some of this or cutting that or whatever, or just reversing everything. Now, I don't do the medical. That's not me. All I do is I make those connections. Then I just start rapid fire asking all these questions. Boom. There it is right there. There it is right there. Whatever that is. That is the reason. That is the reason right there that these symptoms are. And most of these symptoms, just so you know, were created. Are you ready for this? Are you sitting down? Are you ready to digest what I'm about to say? Here it is. That symptom you're dealing with. This time, my daughter was 35, I believe, and she died of cancer. Okay? And, like, how long did that take? I'm saying it was created in 1 second. 1 second it was created, and you made a decision to keep it, and you held it all that time. You did that. Now, I'm not doing that for you to beat yourself up, blame yourself and beat yourself up. No. It's for you to, oh my God, did I do that? There's yes, you did. So if I did that, and I'm no longer a victim, then there's a way for me to undo that. Yes. Whether that's obesity, whether that's, having to walk with a cane, or, chronic back pain, or migraine headaches, or cancer of the ovaries, or cancer of the brain, or whatever. And my wife, my second wife, she had cancer. Actually, she died 15 months. It was 15 months apart between when Rosie died of breast cancer, brain cancer, and Shelley, ovarian cancer. Okay? Rosie didn't want to do my work. Hey, Rosie. Okay. Now, I remember he was going to the States to see this quack. Someone that said they had this or that. But she was doing that. It wasn't working. Did you hear what I just said? She was continuously doing that because it wasn't working. That's why she kept going. Finally, one morning, she would take a train. She would take a train, and I would take her to the train station. This one morning, she had just woken up, and I said, Rosie, I don't know if you're consciously aware of this, but I'm going to tell you the truth. You decided to die. You've already made that decision. Now, if you ever decide to reverse it, there's still time, and you decide to reverse it, I'm here for you. I get out of bed, get up, get dressed, get everything ready, your suitcases out in the car, and took her to the station. On the way to the station, she said, "You're right, Don. Will you help me?" I could hear in her voice. I could hear the tone of her voice. She didn't mean it. She was trying to please me. She was trying to please me. That's why that way. So she wanted to give me some, I'll let Don do some, but I'm not, but I'm staying on this track. Now, of course, that wasn't conscious. It was not conscious. But I bring consciousness to the table with everyone, that they know consciously what decisions they're making, what they created from those decisions, and what they can do about changing them. Yes, I will never let go of what that truth is. We're coming back to, how long does it take to create one of these life-threatening illnesses or diseases, symptoms, whatever words you want to put to that? Want to know? 1 second. That's how much. 1 second. I've got a litany of symptoms. A litany of symptoms. Tons and tons of those. 58 years of asthma. Boom! 1 second, gone. 38 years, chronic fatigue symptom. Gone. 1 second. I could go on and on and on. Okay? You know why it only takes a second? Because it was created in a second. And I just reversed the process in the same way it was created. That's how that works. Now, Most people don't want to stand in that power, or they find it really hard to believe that powerful, or they want to stay a victim, not take ownership. Whatever that is. And there's some that say, this is so exciting. What, like, how do we do it? Like, when can we start? That's the ones I love working with. It's fun. It really is. Because I don't have to argue. I don't have to twist. I don't have to, get them to spend too much time on getting them to take ownership. They just listen. Oh, okay. Awesome. Awesome, Don. Let's go. Let's do it. And it's like a jigsaw puzzle. Piece goes there, that goes there. I just ask questions. And I get them to see the big picture. First of all, he did. They created how they created it and how they could uncreate it. Yeah. Yeah. Now, for those that really want it, it's easy. But for those that are still there's two. One is that wobbling. Do I want to continue living in this world this way? Is this the only way I can get out of my marriage? Or whatever that is. Or is it, oh wow, I can get it. I don't promise them walking away today, but I have seen pretty miraculous things happen on the same day. On the same day. Seriously. Like major. Same day. Sometimes in an hour. Sometimes even less than that. Especially when I figure here's all the pieces. Got them all here. Here's this map. Just like Amy. Last Tuesday. Last Tuesday. Came to see me. And she had okay. Oh yeah, migraine headaches and chronic lower back pain. Okay. She had them most of her life, actually. Most of her life. She was, I think 42. Don't quote me on that, but let's just say 40. And anyway, we did the process. And found out exactly the second that system was created, that trauma got started. You know when it was? Her moment of being conceived. Moment she was born. Got the message that her dad wanted a girl. That's what her whole life. Oh, I think she was 48 or something like that. 40 plus years with these symptoms. All gone in, oh, 1 second. First of all, how exciting is that? Yes, I understand about shifting every one of your belief systems. Every one of them. Every one of them to say, oh, I'm going to be powerful. I'm going to be who I am. I'm not going to pay any attention what others think anymore. I'm going to do this. 'Cause I'm this powerful. And you are. So she did. And everything left. Instantly. Wow. Amazing. There you have it. There you have it. Once again, remember the last time, but it's it's at least 40 years. I used to after the other after different one, 10 different, 8 for sure, and figured this all out. Yeah, like the mad genius, mad scientist, I guess you should say. Yeah, and figure, trying to put all the dots together, all the dots, how they all fit, one after the other, where they go, and then working with so many people with so many illnesses, so many diseases, so many failures. Yeah, failures are in that because that's the emotional piece. They just don't have the physical many times. The one guy on here did have. He had 5 addictions: alcohol, drugs, food, gambling, and sex. Hadn't flown his private jet. He was a billionaire. Hadn't flown his private jet in 6 months. Okay. What else? There was something else. That, oh yeah, panic attacks. He had panic attacks. Hadn't flown his private jet in 5 months. 6 months. Yeah. It's all gone. From Thursday morning. Thursday afternoon, sorry. To Friday morning. Everything was. I golfed with him 15 months later, still no trace of any of the 5 addictions. That magical? Am I that powerful? No, you are. I show you how you are. I found the roadmap to perfection, the internal perfection, found it for you. So if you want to overcome all of those and be a totally free person, I'm the one that can do that rapidly. You want to keep them. I am not the one you want to talk to at all. So, congratulations. So you can find us on I Am Divinity. There's tons of videos there to back up what I'm saying to be. And I encourage you to look at this so you can free to be me, as in you. You deserve it. You are your cure to your illness. Don't ever give it to anybody else. Have yourself a magnificent day, evening, night. Thanks for being present.